Political and social ideologies explained. Conservatism. As the name suggests, conservatism seeks to conserve traditional values in Western culture. Conservatives typically support institutions such as the nuclear family, organized religion, the military, and strong property rights. Liberalism. Liberalism is often cited as the dominant ideology of modern history. It emphasizes individual rights, government by consent of the people, and equality before the law. Liberalism supports free markets, democratic elections with multiple political parties, separation of powers within government, and the separation of religion from the state. Core liberal values include constitutional governance, privacy rights, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, and freedom of religion. Moderatism. Moderatism focuses on staying within the Overton window, the range of policies considered acceptable by the mainstream population. Moderates are often politically disengaged or neutral, but usually possess basic political knowledge and avoid extreme positions. Capitalism. Capitalism is an economic system based on private ownership of the means of production and their operation for profit. Its key characteristics include private property, free exchange, competition, division of labor, and voluntary cooperation within society. Socialism. Socialism is an umbrella term covering many ideologies. In its classical sense, it advocates worker ownership of the means of production, workplace democracy, and collective decision-making. In modern context, socialism often supports high taxation on the wealthy, nationalization of key industries, and social ownership as a core value. Syndicalism. Syndicalism is a branch of socialism that emphasizes labor unions as the primary vehicle for social change. It promotes decentralized worker organizations called syndicates and believes strikes and direct action are the best methods for achieving a socialist society. In a post-capitalist system, a congress or commune of syndicates would represent different sectors of the economy. Corporatism. Corporatism advocates organizing society into sectors based on professions such as agriculture, industry, or the military. Workers, employers, and the state cooperate and negotiate to regulate the economy efficiently. Corporatism is often confused with corporatocracy, which refers to domination by large corporations, but the two are not the same. Libertarianism. Libertarianism places liberty as its highest value and seeks to maximize individual autonomy and political freedom. It supports a very limited government and shares liberal principles such as equality before the law and the rights to life, liberty, and property. Separatism or secessionism. Separatism, also known as secessionism, seeks to establish a new sovereign nation or government separate from an existing state. Communism. Communism advocates common ownership of the means of production, distribution, and exchange. In a communist society, goods are distributed based on need, and there is no private property, social classes, money, or state. Feminism. Feminism seeks to establish political, economic, personal, and social equality between the sexes. It argues that societies often prioritize male perspectives and treat women unfairly. Feminist movements work to combat gender stereotypes and expand educational and professional opportunities for women. Anarchism. Anarchism promotes a society without rulers or centralized authority, focusing on individual freedom. It calls for the abolition of the state and its replacement with voluntary, stateless societies based on free association. Environmentalism. Environmentalism, sometimes called green politics, encompasses ideologies that prioritize nature in public policy. This includes reducing pollution, lowering carbon emissions, conserving resources, and protecting ecosystems. Populism. Populism appeals directly to the desires and concerns of the general population, arguing that political power should reflect the will of the masses. It can exist across the political spectrum and is often anti-elite and anti-establishment. Populism is commonly associated with democratic systems due to its reliance on popular support. Republicanism. Republicanism supports a non-hereditary system of government that opposes monarchy. In a republic, political power ultimately belongs to the citizens. Progressivism. Progressivism argues that traditions inherited from the past should not be treated as sacred and instead should be evaluated based on their usefulness to societal progress. It is often viewed as the ideological opposite of conservatism. Imperialism. Imperialism is the belief that a country should expand its power or influence through military force or political domination. Historically popular, it is associated with war advocacy and the belief that powerful nations should rule weaker ones, often justifying this through claims of mutual benefit. Egalitarianism. Egalitarianism prioritizes social equality, arguing that all citizens should receive equal rights and equal treatment under the law. Transhumanism. Transhumanism promotes the use of advanced technology to enhance human physical and mental abilities. Its ultimate goal is to overcome human limitations, potentially achieving immortality and vastly enhanced intelligence. Communitarianism. Communitarianism emphasizes the importance of the community as the primary social unit. It challenges the traditional left-right political divide and argues that policies from across the spectrum are necessary for the common good. It views extreme individualism as harmful when it conflicts with societal well-being. Authoritarianism. Authoritarianism is characterized by strong centralized power, obedience to authority, and limited political and civil freedoms. Opposition is often suppressed, and power is typically concentrated in a single ruler or ruling group. Fascism. Fascism is an authoritarian and ultra-nationalist ideology that promotes unity under a powerful state or leader. It rejects democratic pluralism, enforces strict social hierarchy, glorifies militarism, suppresses opposition through force, and demands individuals sacrifice personal interests for the perceived good of the nation or race. Nazism is a form of fascism centered on racial supremacy. It claims the so-called Aryan race is superior and should dominate others. Nazi ideology promoted extreme nationalism, anti-Semitism, eugenics, and the persecution and mass murder of groups deemed undesirable, including Jews, disabled people, and homosexuals.